Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome to our first PU Computer Science online classes. In last class we studied the important statement. The name of the statement is called as the do while statement, and we know how it going to work here. And first of all it going to test the condition, or first it going to display the statement each and everything. Whatever the concept is there in our do while, we know each and everything perfectly, correct? No? Okay, now let's, in today's class we are going to start the new or the third types of the looping, that is called as the iteration. So the third type name is called as the for statement. Okay, the third type of the looping or the iteration, that is called as the for statement here. Now before going to know the point about our syntax, or maybe the flow chart about our for statement, and also a suitable program or the example for our for statement, first the meaning of the for statement. So the for statement can be also called as the fixed execution looping statement, as we know that while called as pre-tested pre-tested looping statement, do while called as post-tested post-tested looping statement, for is also called as the fixed execution looping statement, Okay, now we know the other name of the for here. Now in case of the for statement, we can say that, so the for statement is used when we know exactly how many times a particular set of this statement should be executed. Clear this point here? That means here before that only, before going to go to take the condition, before the condition only, or before going to check the condition, we should know exactly or perfectly how many times such a statement or such a condition going to check, or how many times such condition going to execute here. So clear this point here. So this is about our for statement, and the for statement can be either used as the increment looping statement or decrement looping statement. ಇಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡು ವೈಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ in case of the even number I is equal to I plus 2, separately we used the statement, but in our for statement in one line only each and everything, the expression 1, expression 2, expression 3, each and everything we are going to use in our for statement. So for statement use madidre, or maybe the increment, or maybe the final condition, or maybe the initialization to the value, each and everything we can use in one line only, in one statement only here. So this is the uses of the for statement. So ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? for statement ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ನಾನು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. the other name fixed looping statement, correct? No, fixed execution looping statement here, and by using for statement it possible to do the increment looping statement as well as the decrement looping statement. Okay, now let's the syntax of the for statement. So the for statement, for opening of the parenthesis, expression 1 semicolon, expression 2 semicolon, expression 3 closing of the parenthesis. Clear this point here? So I already said in one line only it possible to initialize value, to check the condition, and also to give increment or decrement to the value in one line only. So the expression 1 semicolon, expression 2 semicolon, expression 3 closing of the parenthesis. Okay, now opening of the floor bracket, if the condition is true, executing this statement. Clear this point here? If the condition is true, executing this statement, and closing of the flower bracket, that means we open the flower bracket, then sure we need to close the flower bracket, and whatever is that, it going to print this statement. So clear about the syntax of the for statement. Okay, now after knowing the syntax of our for statement, now we go for our flow chart. Okay, here the flow chart. So here two type of flow chart are there. You can select any one as your wish. Clear? So maybe if you are selecting first or second, both are applicable for our flow chart for statement only. So now let's about the first flow chart. As we know that before going to check how we are going to check the condition, that is the expression 1. So expression 1 represents the initialization. Initialization ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮೇ ಬಿ I is equal to 1, I is equal to 3 ಅಂತ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ expression 1 represents the initialization. Expression 2, clear this one, that means is using to check the condition. Clear this point here. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ expression 1 ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, initialize value ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೋ, to initialize the value to the variable. And expression 2 is used or represent for to check the final condition. ಎಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, okay, in any program. And later next one, the body of the loop ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ condition true ಇದ್ರೆ sure it going to display this statement. So body of the loop that is equal to displaying of the statement here. And later expression 3, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು one statement ಮಾತ್ರ display ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, maybe sometime in program we need to make the increment I is equal to I plus 2. It is the increment I is equal to I minus 2. This is called as the decrement of the variable. Clear this point here? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Expression 3, so we can say that the expression 3 represents about the increment or the decrement expression. So this is the meaning, or maybe if the condition, so if the condition is true, one by one it going to move, correct now? If the condition is false, then sure it going to stop the program, exit from the program here. So this is about one. If the condition true, okay, shall we write about the, if the condition is true, it going to execute one after the another here, otherwise true means executing, going to check the next condition after displaying the one statement, going to check the next condition. If the condition is false, it going to stop the program. So ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ flowchart meaning ಏನು, flow for statement ಅಲ್ಲಿ, okay. Now later next one, the meaning is the same here but just only in different manner. I draw the flowchart of the for statement here. So the first one, as we know that for our looping statement we using one symbol, the name of the symbol is called as the preparation, correct no here, the looping statement symbol here. So we can say that for counter IV is equal to FV. For counter IV is equal to FV. That means the meaning of the IV is called as the initial value, starting value. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. To final value, the final value is called as the, maybe ನನಗೆ 1 ರಿಂದ 10 ರವರೆಗೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 1 ಅಂತ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಫೈನಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 10 ಅಂತ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಕೌಂಟರ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಟು ದಿ ಫೈನಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಇಫ್ ದಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು 3 ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ 1, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ 2, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ 3. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಹಿಯರ್? And if it is true, executing this statement here, that means after executing this statement just it go to check the next condition method, that means the next counter, that means again it going to check the once again for the counter here. If it is true, executing this statement, and later next one again it will go to check the next counter. True, that means executing the statement. So like that it going to work here. So clear this one, the flowchart of the for statement here, okay. Now after knowing the meaning or the syntax and also the two flowchart for our for statement, now let's one simple program for our for statement here. So what about the simple program for our for statement? To print all the odd numbers up to the given limit, okay. Now maybe my limit is 10. So my limit is, okay, 25. We already written, maybe your limit 10, 25, 30, 50, it depend on you. Why? Because in this program no any correct option or no any correct point is that till that you need to print the values here. So the question, we know that in problem solving technique, first of all we should know, understand what the question is. Okay, now we know that the question, to print all the odd number up to the given limit, we know the difference the meaning of the even number as well as the odd number. Even number ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 ಅಂತ ನಂಬರಿಗೆ ಈವನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಆಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 ಅಂತ ನಂಬರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ನಂಬರ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, ದಿ odd numbers. Okay, now the next thing about first we know that any program going to start by using the header file iostream.h. so going to start hash include angle bracket iostream.h closing of the angle bracket, and such header file is using to perform input and output operations. So if you are inputting some value into the program, then sure it going to execute the value, a proper execution of the program. Correct? No? Second thing about our hash include conio.h. so this header file is usable for our CLR SCR, that is called as the to clear the screen. Okay, kya? To clear the screen. So this header file we need in this case. And later next one is hash include iomanip.h. so why we using the iomanip header file? The iomanip full form is the input output manipulation, and such input output manipulation is usable for our set w and the end line. So the set w is using to leave some of this space. Here many numbers are there, otherwise we can't identify whether it is the same number or different number. So leave some of this space here, and the end line it works like the enter button. Maybe if you want to move the cursor to the next line, then sure we need to use the end line by using the coding. Clear this one here? And we need write as the ENDL. Okay, ENDL, no space in between while going to write end line here. And now we know that 3 header files we need in the program, and also the void main open close, but should remember it, no semicolon is there after the void main. Okay, it is the rules of the structure of our C++ program. So void main meaning we are going to start the program, and the starting of the program we are going to start by using the flower bracket. Correct? No? And in this program I need some of the variable. The variables are n and I. Okay, I want to use some of the variable. The variables are n and I, and both variable are going to declare by using the data type, that is the int only. Int ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಡಾಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ? ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್ ಹೋಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಡಾಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಡಾಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ suitable data type we need to use for the whole number. So the data type name is the int data type int. Okay, maybe 20.5 ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ float data type use ಆಗ್ತದೆ, float. Clear this one? Maybe the long number means the long data type going to use here. So depend on the number, how the number you want to display on our screen here, depend on this we need to use the data type. So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ with by using their suitable data type. ಆದ್ರೆ 2 ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಆಗ ಆ 2 ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಗೆ use by using the semicolon we need to separate the variables. Clear this one? If you are not using the comma, it is called as the syntax error. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ syntax error ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು? If the correct rules regulation if you are not going to follow in the program, that means we will get or due to some of the problem we will get some of the error. Such error is called as the syntax error. So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ? int n I semicolon, and later we already written the header file for CLR SCR, that means to clear the screen. To clear the screen the header file is the conio.h. Okay, now after declaring each and everything, after writing void main, after starting the program by using the void main and also the flower bracket, now I want to display one message. Just to give one message to our user to input some of the values here. So ಹೇಗೆ ನೀವು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ? The message ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು cout ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. The cout full form is the console output, and we know that this operator is called as the stream insertion operator. Now whatever the message you want to display, such one you need to write by using the double quotation. So ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಕೊಟೇಶನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಬರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಎಂಟರ್ ದಿ ಲಿಮಿಟ್. So just to look attractive such message and using the colon, clear this one. It is not necessary, if you want you can use the colon, but it's good, it looks attractive also your message. Okay, so enter the limit colon and closing of the double quotation. As we know that maybe a rules is there, if you are opening the double quotation, sure you need to close the double quotation. And later next one, again we need to use the stream insertion operator and end line ಗೆ ನಾವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೆಡರ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಬರ್ದಿದೆ. ಯಾವ ಹೆಡರ್ ಫೈಲ್ is the iomanip.h. okay, so end line and the semicolon. So clear this one. Okay, now after displaying one message by using the enter the limit here, now I want to input the value. correct? No, ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, n ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು n ಅಂತ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೋ ಕ್ಯಾ? ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ we need to declare the value. After the declaration only you can use such variable in the program. okay, now later next one, now I want to input the value. input value ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. the name of the operation or the function is called as the sin. CIN, the full form of the sin is the console input. okay kya? And such console input, while going to input the data using the operator, the name of the operator is called as the stream extraction. okay, stream extraction operator. And later now this value is called as the n. okay, now I already declared the n value, so I can't use the n value ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಡೋದು. ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ದಿ ಲಿಮಿಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ದಿ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಎಂಟರ್ ದಿ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ colon. so limit is the 25. that means it going to print the odd numbers, that is from 1 to our 25. clear this point here? 1 to 25 it going to print here. so just only I am providing some value to the variable n. okay, providing some value to the variable 1. but how it possible to get all those values here? first of all we need to check the condition. so the condition is for opening of the parenthesis I value is equal to 1. correct? now in one line only three concept we are going to use. expression 1 represents initialization, expression 2 represent final condition till ಎಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. expression 3 represent increment or the decrement looping expression. clear this point here? okay, for opening of the parenthesis I value is equal to 1. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ I ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ? 1 semicolon. ನಮ್ಮ ಹೇಗೆ ಸಿಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಹಾಗೇನೆ I less than is equal to n. this is the condition of our expression 2. so here I am going to check. now the value of the I is 1. so one value is less than, when you are going to compare with the 25, so you have to compare it. maybe depend on the n value, n ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ಅದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. okay, so value going to display here. so one value less than is equal to 25. one value is less when you are going to compare with the 25. yes, sure, there is no any doubt. if it is true then it going to make the increment in the value. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ I value ಎಷ್ಟು, I value is the 1 plus 2. so now the value of the I is 3. clear this point here? first ಗೆ 1 ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದರ ನಂತರ ನಾವು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ನಮ್ಮದು ಟ್ರೂ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಟ್ರೂ ಆಗಿದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಗೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೇವೆ ನಾವು? I is equal to I plus 2. we return as I is equal to I plus 2. we know the value of the I, that is 1 plus 2. now the I value is 3. correct? no, the I value is 3. so that means it going to, first of all it going to print the 1 value, there is no any doubt, it going to print the 1 value. but later was to print the next value, should we need to increment in the value here. so set W4. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ I value ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? 1 plus 2. the value is the 3. so the 3 value going to print. clear this point here? now the I value is 3. clear? the I value is 3. so I is equal to 3. We already printed this value. Now 3 less than is equal to 25. 3 value ಕಡಿಮೆಯ 25ಕ್ಕೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ sure the value is less when you are going to compare with 25. 3 value is less here. So now the value of the I is 3. 3 plus 2. Now what's the value? The value is 5. If it is true, then printing this statement. So like that it will go to print one after the another. And when it reaching the I value to 25, ಯಾವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ I value 25 ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅದರ ನಂತರ ನಾವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡುವ whether it going to display the value yes or no. Okay kya? Now the I value is 25. ಈಗ ನಾವು one by one ಎಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. Now when one by one print ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ after printing each value and till we printed the value till the value 25. So after printing the value 25, now we are going to check whether the next value is going to print or not here. So now I value is 25. Okay, condition 25 is equal to 25 here. So that means we can say that yes, the 25 is equal to 25, but here it not going to print. Correct? No, in this case here, otherwise we can say that when it going to reach the value as the 26, whether it going to print the value, as we know that the 26 value is greater when you are going to compare with the value 25. So when it is greater, that means the condition is false. Correct? No, if it is less, it going to print the value. If the condition is false, not going to print the value. So finally, after completing this program, we will get the output as the our 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25. Till there only we printed the value. Because why it printed the value till 25? We in our condition we already given the n value as the 25. When it going to display the value or the message, enter the limit. So here we return the value we need to print till the limit. The limit is the 25. If you are printing 30, till that it going to print the value here. So clear the meaning of the first statement. Okay, now this is the syntax and the flowchart and also the example for our for statement that is called as the fixed execution looping statement. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.